Sunday, May 6th. Sea lion and other near disasters. I fell asleep peacefully on Simon's chest, drifting into a dream so vivid I can still see every detail in my mind. I was looking out of the cottage window when I saw Alex far away in the snow. He was balancing on an iceberg near the sea, a sea lion resting on the other side, peacefully. Then he held on to the sea lion for warmth and died. At first I played it cool, keeping my sadness inside. But as time passed, memories wouldn't let me be. Every small moment reminded me of what he meant to me. At every special little thought, I started to cry until a little girl who claimed to be my sister asked me why. He's been like a brother, somebody I truly miss. And she said, "Did you tell him you love him before you let him go like this?" Of course I did. I remember our last conversations where I shared all my love and admiration. But then she frowned and shook her head. "Did you let him die alone instead? You could have saved me, but you stayed inside, and now you let him go without even a ride." "How dare you say that, you devil within!" I shouted, though doubt crept in. She handed me a bucket and poured out water so thin. "Let me turn into ice, and you will see your sin." The cold spread fast, freezing tiles before me. "Now picture that moment. Could you have saved him?" she asked with glee. Without thinking, I crawled across the ice, lifted my sister on my back, her weight light as rice. I made it back safely, my heart thumping loud, and then suddenly Simon snored, and the dream faded into a cloud. I woke up still feeling the sadness of losing my uncle in my dream. Quietly, I snuck downstairs and I called Alex. Hearing his voice brought instant relief. I told him about my dream, and there was a long pause. Then finally he said, "That's a terrible dream, and pretty weird." "I know," I admitted, "but just to be sure, I want to tell you something. I love you. You inspire me, and you're so incredible important in my life." He thanked me and chuckled. "Don't worry, I don't have any intention of cuddling a sea lion to death on a deserted iceberg." I laughed, though knowing he was heading to Zanzibar still made me uneasy. After one final goodbye, I tiptoed back to bed. Simon had stopped snoring. "Hey, beautiful," he murmured as I slid under the covers. "Where did you go?" I told him about my dream after wrestling the soaking wet mattresses out of our flooded rooftop tent we left. Without brushing our teeth or even washing our faces, for brunch at some place called Le Pain something. The rain had stopped, so we sat outside. We ordered an omelette with salmon and another with avocado, since neither of us could decide. Sharing was the only solution. Besides us, a gigantic brown dog was sprawled out, drooling all over the pavement. I patted it politely, pretending to like the beast. But in truth, I abhor dogs. I know. It's weird. I love nature, people, and my heart is huge, but dogs? Just not my thing. Don't worry, I actually like dogs. I even have my favorite dog here in Guatemala. Hey, hola. Hey, hey. Hola, hola. You want to read? As I tried to fake my affection, the monster lifted its head, and a thick string of drool sloshed onto Simon's jacket. I should have rescued the jacket, but I was laughing so loud. Simon yanked it away from the dog's mouth, looked at the damage, and then turned his glare to me. "Why didn't you save my jacket?" I was still laughing. Turns out, Simon wasn't a big dog fan either. Just as our heavenly omelettes arrived, the beast struck again. In one swift movement, it snatched my sandwich straight off my plate, leaving a trail of disgusting drool all over my plate and food. I nearly vomited on the spot. Ugh. Simon looked at me horrified. "This is worse than the jacket." The dog's owner laughed at his somewhat like adorable little mishap. Oh, Bernard, you naughty thing. And I was like, Bernard? Oh my God, the monster has a name? The owner gracefully offered to buy me a new sandwich, as if it made up for the slobber currently coating my ruined meal. Simon shot me a look. Are you seriously gonna eat that now? I wanted to cry. That stupid dog had ruined my delicious breakfast. And to top it off, it started pouring again. Everyone rushed inside, including Bernard. Now, what I don't understand about the Netherlands is that smoking is banned in restaurants, but bringing in your dog is totally fine. And so it happened that the waitress, bless her soul, offered us a nice big table with Bernard. That was it. Simon grabbed my hand, turned it to Bernard's owner and said, "Your dog's disgusting." Then he told the waitress, "Put our food on my bill," and we left. In the car, I checked my phone. Missed calls from G-Spot Tommy and Willem. Suddenly I remembered the VIP for Love party. Willem and Jeanette are one of the sweetest couples that I know, and they had just returned from walking Camino de Santiago. I had to see them. I practically squealed as I turned to Simon. "I have to go right now." As we drove, another call came in. Arnoud. He was already at the party. Arnoud is a close friend of Willem and Jeanette, and we all met them like 2.5 years ago during a wild club night. That night I was with my friends Norden, Peter, and Silano. Willem, Jeanette, and Arnoud had their own group, and somehow our groups merged. It was magical. We danced, laughed, hugged, and talked about everything. We never wanted the night to end. Just before the club kicked us out, the conversation turned to Christmas plans. Everyone had exciting, family-filled celebrations, except for me. My mom was off to Houston, meeting some guy she had madly fallen in love with after one day. So I was going to be alone. Sure, friends invited me to join their family. Anna, for example, always so sweet and thoughtful. But spending Christmas with someone else's boyfriend and family, that would just make me feel more alone. So I made a plan, spa day, just me, myself, and relaxation. But Willem and Jeanette wouldn't hear of it. "Come spend Christmas with us," they insisted. At first I wasn't sure. Would it be weird spending Christmas with a couple I have only met once? But then I thought, what is like the worst that can happen? If it turned out to be awful, I would just leave. And it turned out to be amazing. It was perfect. From the moment I walked into their beautiful home, I felt at ease. It was enormous, and each space carrying its distinct theme and energy. The living room welcomed me with warm, earthly tones and an African aesthetic that felt grounding and rich. The meditation corner offered a Moroccan-inspired calm but serene colors and artwork designed by Arnoud himself. The dining area featured a massive wooden table that could easily seat 10, a space made for connection and shared meals. There was an indoor and an outdoor shisha lounge, perfect for late night talks and lingering conversations. And the garden? A little slice of serenity, tucked away like a secret. These people were blessed. The day itself was magical. We played a wild dice game, fighting over gifts like children. We ate, drank, laughed, and read angel cards, as everyone there was spiritual in some way. I think it's this shared spirituality that makes Willem and Jeanette such incredible human beings. During their walk along Camino de Santiago, Willem had called me. He called me because he had seen me in a vision, standing in front of a crowd reading my poems. He wasn't sure if he should share it, but as he spoke, I got goosebumps. Would that really happen? I don't know. But how special is it when a dear friend dreams of you, sees something in you, and in his moment of solitude chooses to share it? That day I felt charged with energy. For 2 weeks my mind was overflowing with stories, so full that it became a blur until now, until I started typing this. So thank you, Willem. Thank you for sharing your vision with me. Because of you, I found my passion for writing again. I arrived at the VIP party towards the end, but the warmth of my friends was still buzzing in the air. Willem and Jeanette glowed. Their trip had been good for them. Arnoud tipsy as ever, handed me a cocktail. Danny, the daughter of Jeanette, looked divine and was in high spirits. She had sold a ton of clothes that day. After the event, we went to a small Suriname restaurant. We sat around the table, eagerly waiting for food.